So, good day, class. Once again, welcome to our session for this morning. And for today, we're going to talk about Module 2 or the process of community immersion. So, like what I've told you last time during our first virtual class, that following the protocol, of course, and going to a certain community is very important. Kasi hindi pwede na pupunta lang tayo doon bigla without the documents, without prior conversation with the barangay officials, or without coordination with the university officials from our school. Because if we would do that, magkakaroon tayo ng problema. So, for Module 2, what we're going to talk about is, of course, the process of community immersion. Paano ba natin kinakonduct ang community immersion? So, if it's a real-life situation, or for example, yung regular school days natin, what we did before was meron kaming classes sa aming sa respective schedule namin, and then after that, where we talk about the things that we need to do, and of course, how to finish the papers, for example, how to conceptualize, or they give us the proposal or the proposed activities if ever napupunta na sila sa chosen barangay nila. So the very first thing that you need to do is to think of the barangay kung saan ikakandak natin ng ating community immersion. So for today, we will talk about the pre-immersion or the phase 1. Okay? Phase 1 is about pre-immersion. So from the word itself, pre, ibig sabihin before. So again, we're not allowed to just go to that place, to that community, and then tell the officials na, ay, magkakonduct po kami ng community immersion. Again, since we will go outside of our university, we really need to think about our safety. So safety first. So ano bang meron dito sa ating pre-immersion? So sabi dito, this phase regards the identification of the community. Identification. Again, you will be grouped, and then according to your group, you will think of the barangay in where you would like to render your service. So the scope our MOA, LPU Cavite, or the Memorandum of Agreement, is as much as possible yung vicinity lang ng General Trias. Kasi una, malapit siya sa school natin. Pangalawa, we believe that our students, yung majority ng kanilang residency ay within General Trias lang naman. So, meron tayo sa Barangay Manggahan, for example, Biklata, Havalera, yung sa mga San Francisco. So, usually yun yung mga places in where we conduct our community service. So, for example, naisip nila yun. So, these are the factors to be considered. Paano nga ba natin pipiliin yung barangay? So the first one is, of course, select our area. So what I've mentioned earlier, as much as possible, doon na lang tayo sa lugar ng one of the students natin or one of your classmates, so that it would be very easy for us to access the barangay officials. Kasi syempre, you're part of the barangay, diba? So that's the first thing to consider. Second one is, local partners must be willing to do work and support community project. Of course. So, when we think about that, kailangan maisip din natin na willing bang tumulong yung government officials na nandito or yung mga NGO. Parang ay di naman sa yung iba ay hindi willing tumulong, but rather meron din kasi talagang mga barangay na sobrang active or yun yung focus nila, yung community immersion. So dapat maisip din natin yun or ma-jot down din natin yun na sila ba, meron ba silang regular activities that caters to the need of the community, for example, and where NSTP2 students can join them para ayun, bukod sa mapadali, is for us to experience that immersion as a requirement of our course. Next one is consider needs and resources within the capability of the students and community. So dito, sa part nito, sabi nga, kailangan alam natin kung hanggang saan lang yung ibibigay natin. So, we cannot give what we do not have. So, dapat i-jot down natin. If, for example, we want to give a community service like Zumba, for instance. So, kung magpapa-Zumba ka, make sure na merong group sa klase nyo na marunong sumayaw. Diba? Ang hirap naman kasi nun na you'll conduct a Zumba class, a Zumba lesson, tapos walang marunong sumayaw. Okay? Or for example, you would like to help with them or give them feeding program. pero hindi naman tayo mga culinary art students or hindi tayo ganun kagaling magluto. So, let's just give what we have and what we know. So, ano ba? For example, yun nga, yung mga culinary students, pwede tayong magpa-feeding program kasi kayo mismo ay marunong magluto. So, nasa inyo na po yung resources. And also, sa ating community. So, yun nga, halimbawa, magpapa-Zumba class tayo, limited lang yung space. Yung barangay hall is maliit lang or yung court doon is hindi available. So, dapat i-note din natin yun so that when we plan, magiging smooth ang lahat. Okay? Next one is places that is not saturated by other agencies. So, syempre, that's very important to show respect na din. Kaya kailangan natin malaman kung meron na ba dito na ibang agency na tumutulong, for example. So, kailangan i-coordinate din natin yun. Or, pwede naman na dun tayo sa iba, yung first time na magkakandak, etc. So, yun. And then, number 5 is stable peace and order situation. Again, like what I've mentioned, it is very, very important that you are safe when you go there, when we leave that place and we go back to the university. Our safety is very important. That's why we have a lot of protocol. So, kagaya ulit ng sinabi ko last time, every time that we go out of the university, we need to have the waiver or secure our waivers from your instructors and from our department. After that, when you are in the barangay already, you need to be accompanied by barangay tanod or barangay officials, especially when you conduct survey to different houses. Kasi again, hindi kayo kilala doon, there are students. So, halimbawa may mga aso, diba? Kung mahabol tayo ng aso. So, kailangan yung safety pa rin natin ang ating first concern. And again, accessibility. Means, gusto ko talagang gumawa ng community service. O, saan ba located yung gusto mo? Saan ba natin yung pupuntahan? Means, sa Batangas po. Ay, teka lang, di ba? That's far-fetched. Medyo hindi natin yun kaya. Medyo hindi siya feasible. So, make sure that our immersion is just within the community. Kaya nga, ang ating memorandum of agreement ay within General Trias lang. And may kaklase na nakatira doon para sure na accessible siya. Kasi of course, pag-iisipan natin dyan yung transportation or yung service, diba? So lahat yun kailangan natin siyang i-manage. Kaya po dapat accessible yung lugar natin. So that's phase 1. That's pre-immersion pa lang. Now, phase 2 is about entering the community. Halimbawa, naisip yun na lahat ng factors, klaro na lahat and everything. Now, here in entering the community, to ensure the success in entering the community, it is necessary to have community mapping of the target area. So, ipapakita natin yung simpleng map lang. For example, starting from LPU, para yun yung landmark natin. So, drawing ka ng barangay. Tapos, lalagyan mo lang siya ng legend. Halimbawa, saan ba dito yung may market? Saan ba dito yung park? Yung hospital? Yung chapel? So that we will be guided properly. Para din hindi tayo mawawala. Kasi, syempre, even if it's accessible to everyone, even if there's 1 or 2 classmates of yours who live in that particular barangay, paano naman yung iba? Diba? So, we need to consider also other students. So we have here a sample community map. I can show it to you. And then, yeah, we have this part of the planning is we have the orientation or what's this? Yeah. Okay, we have different sets to follow and we have different approach to do, of course. So now, whatever type of entry to be used, kailangan alam natin yun. It is a must to secure Memorandum of Agreement or MOA between the community and of course the university para hindi tayo tawag dito matrespass. So that's important. So meron tayong different types of entry. Meron tayong ostentatious entry. Okay, ito yung mga pag-general assembly ng mga tao. Meron tayong banking on the people's weakness. Ito yung pagpasok natin sa community na we get or catch the attention of the people. So, sometimes yung pinupuntahan natin community, yung mga stress yung tao or nahihirapan. So yun. Meron din tayong academic style of entry. So communities are often called social laboratories because of the place to tell theories and learn in classroom. So pwede to academic style or people-centered approach naman, or ito yung ultimately believes the capacity of community to participate in that particular need ng lugar na yun. So, pwede tayo dito. I think the people-centered approach, yun ang ating ikakanta. Okay? Kasi, again, ano bang purpose natin? Bakit tayo lalabas? To give resolution or to help that particular community. So, that's phase 2. Next one is community integration. So, ito na tayo. When you say integration, paano ba natin nako-connect? Okay? Or paano ba nagtutulong-tulong yung mga agencies, university, students, parents, barangay, para ma-achieve natin yung certain goal natin. So, this phase is where the immersion gets more personal. Ito na kasi yun eh. The trainees, you are the trainee students. The trainees should realize that there is an existing concern with the community. Again, why do we need to go out of the community? To know what is the problem in that community and to help to give resolution. So, kagaya nung lesson natin last time during our virtual class, for example, ang mga students ay malnourished. So, dahil malnourished sila, ano kaya yung pwede natin ibigay na tulong? That's why magkakamp up tayo sa activity, and that is, for example, feeding program. So, ganun po siya. That's integration. So, meron tayong dalawang style. We have the border style and the elitist style. So, kapag border style daw, ang sabi dito, the trainees may choose to stay and live in the immersion. Kasi diba, pag sinabi natin immersion, talaga namang tumitira tayo doon sa certain place na yun, kasi kailangan natin maramdaman, kailangan ma-feel din natin and maisabuhay natin yung regular nilang ginagawa para ma-realize natin na ay ganito pala, para mas may empathy tayo, para mas maramdaman natin. So that's border style. The other one, the elitist style, ito naman is they stay close to key informants and political players during their stay in the community. Ito naman, hindi ka dun sa bahay mismo, dun immersion area, but rather, malapit ka doon sa mga, barangay officials or dun sa mga government officials para may kasamang nagbo-monitor. So, yun yung two types natin. But, ang best way is yung C, which is, again, the people-centered method of living with the people. Ito naman, direkta, dun na tayo talaga titira or tutuloy or matutulog doon sa family ng certain community. Okay, so mga ilang araw yun. Pero syempre, again, even if we have these kinds of styles, hindi naman natin yung ginagawa kasi as much as possible, we're planning, we're doing everything, tapos 1 or 2 to 3 times execution lang, if I'm not mistaken. Ganun yung ginagawa natin. So, that's for phase 3, lalo na ngayon, pandemic. So, medyo mahirap magstay, 'di ba, sa isang community. Mahirap makitulog nga kasi nga we have this current pandemic. However, yun yung scenario niya, yun yung setup niya. And next one is phase 4, the community needs assessment. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na very crucial or kind of tedious sa mga estudyante and of course sa community, kasi ito yung meron tayong interview session. So I remembered last semester yung mga estudyante namin, so meron kami regular meeting, and then after nun, one time they went outside and then they went to the community and they finished answering the community needs assessment. So, paano ba yung community needs assessment? Ito na yung tatanungin natin para tayong nagsisensus. Ilan ba yung tao sa bahay na to? Ilan ba yung nag-aaral? Ilan ba yung babae, lalaki? So, mga ganun siya. Now, anong importance nito? Of course, one, it gathers the information about the people of the barangay or the community. Second one, it determines the citizens' rank and issues kasi nakalagay yun, especially the problems of that particular family. Tapos iraranking natin siya. Give citizens a voice in determining the policies and priorities, evaluate the current programs and policies, provide speculations about what other people are thinking, and provide speculations about what people really want. So again, pagkatas nila magawa yung community needs assessment, ang kasunod nun is gagawa sila ng tally or ng summary. And then, top 3 na lumabas na kailangan ng community, yun yung ating ikakonduct sa ating community service. Okay? Alright. Next one is, paano tayo magkakalat ng data for community needs assessment? So, syempre, we need to focus sa ating key informants. Okay? Sila kasi yung mga tao sa barangay. And then, community forum assembly. We also have the public records, of course, survey, mailing questionnaires randomly to the people of the barangay, or handing out the surveys personally and posting questionnaires sa mga public access computer catalog nila. But since data privacy is big concern nowadays, kailangan din natin syempre i-secure yon. So may mga waiver tayo na ibibigay that they allow us to get their information, and those information will be needed then for this one, for community immersion purposes, at hindi siya magagamit sa kung ano-ano pang bagay. Kaya kailangan po ma-deliver natin sa kanila. Okay? And then we also have steps in conducting needs assessment. Again, kagaya ng sinabi ko, just summarize or just have this coordination sa university, sa instructor, sa community, sa barangay officials, and then lagi tayong by group pupunta. Hindi pwedeng isa ka lang tapos ikaw magkakandak. That's a no-no. So palagi tayong by group, and then make sure that you have the questionnaires. Meron kayong copy ng community immersion community needs assessment paper or sheet, meron kayo yun. And then, once na natapos na natin, so may barangay official tayo na tutulong sa atin para makapag-communicate din dun sa people ng barangay and dun sa atin. Then after doon, we will get all the papers, and then we will analyze it, then we'll tally it, then we'll finalize the document. And once we've done with that, so tapos na, and everything na summarize na natin, nagawa na natin ng plan. Ito pala yung top 3 ng barangay. For example, storytelling tayo kasi yung ibang bata doon ay medyo hindi pa ganun karunong magbasa. The other one is magpa-feeding program tayo kasi malnourished pala yung mga bata or hindi sila nakakakain ng sapat. And then top 3 would be magpa-zumba tayo or medical mission kasi yung mga tao pala dun is, ayun nga, medyo sakitin, etc. So once we've tallied all of those, finalize na yung document natin, we can now proceed to the project and program implementation. Ito na yung gagawa tayo ng research or rather ng proposal. So ito na yun, kailangan na natin gumawa. So, kailangan kapag tayo ay nag-conduct or nag-isip ng proposal or ng community immersion proposal to be submitted sa instructor is kailangan SMART siya. So, ano ba yung acronym na SMART? Yun nga, yung specific, measurable, attainable, reliable, and of course, time-bound. Kasi, limited lang talaga yung time natin. We only have 1 semester to finish everything. And again, kagaya ngayon, since it's pandemic, medyo mag-a-adjust tayo. Medyo iba yung approach natin, medyo iba yung atake. Kasi nga, there's this pandemic. So, hindi tayo pwede basta-basta pumunta na lang sa barangay. Kasi eto, magkakanta kami ganyan. Because we always need to observe physical and social distancing. Kaya, again, everyone is still adjusting. However, eto naman po talaga, kung nasa regular classroom setup tayo, ito yung mga dapat yung maunawaan and ma-absorb when we talk about community immersion process. Alright? So there you have it. That is the phase 5 of our immersion or community immersion. But here, sa last part natin, meron tayong tinatawag na termination of projects. Mati-terminate siya if hindi natin siya magagawa. Kasi sabi dito, NSTP trainees are expected to complete their projects in the community in the span of 50 to 90 hours. One semester, kaya nga dapat time-bound tayo para para matatapos natin siya sa specific time. Kaya rin meron tayong planning, kaya rin meron tayong proposal kasi nakalagay doon kung gaano katagal ba natin siya ikakanta. Sa loob ng isang linggo, ilang beses ba tayo pupunta sa barangay? Okay, matatapos ba natin yung marirender ba natin yung service na kailangan nila sa ganitong oras? So, ganun po siya. And unfortunately, kapag hindi natin yung nagawa, babagsak, or we will fail to do that immersion. So, anong gagawin natin doon? Kailangan natin ng proof or evidences. So, after, for example, ng contact ng immersion natin, meron po yung documentation. And the documentation will also serve as one of your projects to complete the requirement. Kasi, ito na yung magdedetermine na, ayun, natapos na namin and we passed the Community Immersion NSTP2 course for this semester. Alright? So, that is all about Module 2, the process of community immersion. And with your activity, I'll just post it sa ating assignment bean or sa ating M-room. So, all you need to do is to check it this week so that you can answer it right away. So, thank you so much for your time, and I hope that you've learned something. So, you can jot down notes, or you can review the video so that you will have a reviewer the moment our prelim exam day comes. Okay, so thank you so much again for your time. I hope that everyone is safe and sound, and just communicate with me through my social media accounts. Thank you and God bless. Good morning.